This is Dr. Mercola. I want to welcome you to another question and answer video update. Today's question is about sleep and comes to us from Kim from Kokomo, Indiana. And Kim's question is about sleep. She's a nursing mother and she struggles with trying to get to bed early because it seems like she likes to sleep late, and it's such a challenge for her to get up early in the morning. This is a problem for many people because we know from detailed studies and from Ayurvedic medicine, which is over 5,000 years old, that it's healthy to sleep before midnight. Ideally, you want to synchronize your sleep cycles with the sun. So there should be as many hours of darkness from the time the sun sets, the time you go to sleep, as there is hours of darkness from the time you wake up to the time the sun rises. Now, as you further you go away from the equator, the more challenging this becomes, especially at the extremes of the winter and summer months. But normally, that's the goal you want to strive for. There's a number of studies that show very clearly that if you go to bed before 12 midnight, the hours that you have sleep you get before 12 are about twice as important as the hours after 12 because of the synchronization that occurs with a number of different meridians and organ systems. So it's really important to ideally get to bed before 10, even 9, and perhaps as early as 8 in the deep dark winter months. And then get up early also. So you want to sleep somewhere about 7 hours would be ideal. Some people need as little as 6, some people need a little more than 8. But over 8 hours on a regular basis is going to be a problem. There's a number of reasons for this. One is if you sleep less than 6 hours, you are going to cause problems with your insulin. Very, very clear. You're going to increase your risk for diabetes and just about every chronic disease known to man. So that's an important consideration. The other is that if you start to sleep more than that, you're actually going to have similar types of problems. So there's this little window, ideally, between 6 and 8 hours that you want to strive for. That's really important, too, if you're viewing this and you are a shift worker, a night shift worker, either a emergency room personnel or a fireman or policeman, where you have to regularly work night hours. That's one of the single most important physical things you can do for your health is to find a new job, because that disruption of your sleep cycle is going to cause tremendous havoc in your system. So that would be an important clue. The other is that there's any light at all in your sleeping space, you want to eliminate it. Now this is common for many people who live in urban areas because of the street lights outside. So you really want to get blackout drapes or shades from your local drapery place and really make it as dark as you can so that you cannot even see your hand in front of your face. It's about as dark as you want to do. You don't want any lights coming from your clock radio or any night lights in the bathroom. And if you happen to get up and have the urge to relieve your bladder, then you clearly do not want to turn your light on at night, because what that's going to do is all of this, that light exposure at night, is going to disrupt your body's ability, specifically the pineal gland, to produce melatonin. And when your melatonin level is diminished, your rate for cancer is going to go quite dramatically. So the way that you increase melatonin is to have absolute pitch black darkness at night and exposure to bright sunshine during the daytime. This is why full spectrum lighting is so important for many of us in the winter, and especially if we're exposed to decreased sunlight. So those are key things. Now, Kim, if you're paying attention to these principles, especially the light, going to bed regularly, early, every day, getting enough exercise. Exercise is one of the most important things that you can do if you're having problems with sleeping, because it will help your body reduce. The only caution here, it'll help your body reduce the anxieties and stresses and fears that many of us are challenged with, that interfere with our ability to sleep. But when you exercise, what you want to do is make sure that you don't exercise for at least a few hours before you go to bed, because if you exercise immediately prior to going to bed, you're going to be your metabolism is going to be psyched up, and you just will have a difficult time falling asleep. So ideally exercise in the morning. So if you're following these principles, you'll generally tend to benefit from this. Now it's really important because sleep is one of the foundations of good health. And if you're not getting good sleep, you can eat the best diet in the world, be the most emotionally balanced person in the world, but it just will eventually get you sick. This is the reason why many people acquire acute illnesses. So make sure you're getting sleep. I put some other hints and tips and tricks for you on this page that will also help. So hopefully that's useful, and that's my recommendations for improving your sleep patterns.